Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel and welcome back to Garden of Promises. This is a mini album. This project is geared a bit for beginners, but I think anybody would like it. I hope so. Anyway, it's a design project for Scrap and Create, and you can get all your supplies there. This collection is from Stamperia. I will have a link down below to all the supplies. Now, what I'm going to link below is all that I have. I don't think I'm going to separate it because I'm going to do two projects. This one and then another one with this collection. So I will list everything I have. I'll try and sort of keep track. We really haven't started matting very much, so I don't know yet how much and what I'm going to be using. But once I know, I'll try to indicate what I used if you only want to make one project. Anyway, so last time we basically finished. We're doing 2 page signatures, and each one has multiple pages. And the last thing that I have to do is this one has a flap here, and we're going to attach another flap to it. Excuse me, that didn't come out right. Anyway, so we're going to attach another flap to it. But I want to do some fussy cutting on that flap, and that's where we're going to start today. So what I did is I fussy cut out from the one page in the 8x8 these books, and I have arranged them basically like so. And then before I cut them, I need to mat the front and the back of this so that it's all fully matted. So I cut this mat, and I cut it narrow because I know I'm not going to need the full width. It's just in the interest of saving paper. And it is, I made it 5.5 by 5 7/8. So I didn't cut it super short, but a bit. And that needs to go there. And then I'm going to need, on the other side, another mat and a magnet to hold all of this closed. So let's just get this mat down. And this is art glitter glue, but I just put it in a different kind of bottle to make it easier to use. This is just an icing bottle. You can get them on Amazon. I have it linked down below. Oops, I put that a little high. Scooch that down some. There we go. And I cut my mats generally. Now in this case, obviously I didn't do it this way, but 1/8 of an inch smaller than wherever I'm putting them. That's the reveal I like, although I have in the past done a full quarter, but I need to have a good contrast between the paper and the back. But whichever you choose, be consistent. Do it throughout the book. I'm just looking to see if I need some glue on that corner, but it's okay. I'm going to cut it off anyway. Okay, so that's that. Now, I don't want to put this down because I need to fussy cut, and it's going to be way easier if it's not in. I'm just taking a look. It doesn't really matter that much, except that I know I'm going to fussy cut. So I think I need the magnet to be pretty far back, like about there, give or take. So I'm going to grab... That reminds me, I need to order magnets. I'm almost out. Okay, so I'm just going to put this... Oh, well, not there. Hang on. What is that trying to stick to? I don't even know. Okay. Let me think. Okay, so that's the top. Maybe about... I think I'll be safe if I put it right about there. Right? What did I do with my tape? Just had it in my hand. Here it is. Okay, hope you can see. Okay, so I'm going to put it right about there. And I will give you a measurement, although you do not need to be that precise. Especially because you're likely going to lay down your things slightly differently than I lay down mine. but I did put it about 2.5 inches in. Okay, now we need a mat for here. Now I want to show you something. Okay, so these are the, I'm not putting them exactly where they're going, but these are my fussy cuts, right? So when I originally was thinking about a mat for here, I thought maybe something with text because, you know, with books and text and whatever, it might look good, but I want you to see that it's not. It doesn't, okay? Because this is so light and these are light, it doesn't pop. It just doesn't. I mean, if you like it, go for it, but it's not the look I want. It doesn't pop. So I went through and I found a darker paper and they just look better. So this is what I went with. But I think I'll just go ahead and cut this one to be the back. Although I don't know, because I don't know what I'm going to use here. And that's, I'm dithering because whatever I put here, see, now that might look good there because now I'll have the dark. No, I won't because I'm cutting it off. So no, I don't want to use this here either. It won't look good. So we're going to use this one there. Yeah, that'll be fine. And then when it opens up, like so, yeah, that looks nice. Okay, so this will be the back of this. I usually pick my mats off camera just in the interest of saving time, but I did want to show you kind of how I came to that. Okay, so I need one that's 5.5 by 5 7/8 for the other side of that. Okay, and if you're interested in sort of like what I was just talking about, where certain colors and values and things are just work better than others, I do have a whole playlist on design basics for albums that covers a lot of that ground. Okay. So then that is going there. Sorry, I'm always off camera. I actually think that I use more glue than I need to use. It's just habit at this point. You don't actually need all that much. I'm just paranoid. I just want to make sure it's right side up. Okay, yeah, it's right side up. Whenever you have text, just be doubly cautious. Looks good. Be careful when you're burnishing down your paper if there's a magnet, not to burnish right hard over that magnet. Otherwise, you'll get an impression of the magnet through the paper. Okay, there's that. Now, we have that, and I'm checking my phone because when I laid it out the way I wanted it, I took a picture of it. And I think I took a picture of it, but why do I not see a picture of it? Hang on. There it is. Okay. Just to give me an idea how I had it. Okay, let's see. All right, so I have this one sort of angled like this. And be careful, you don't want to go across here. You can go off the bottom because you can cut it off, but you don't want to go past that fold. And then this one right there. And then this one is underneath and angled just a little bit that way. And then this one there, but over a little bit because I don't want it to line up perfectly with this one. We could actually angle that too if we wanted to. Oops. Maybe. Angle that a little more. I want there's a yellow flower on here that I kind of want to show. Okay, I think that's pretty good. So what I'm going to do, kind of stick them down, okay, is I'm just going to put a little bit of glue under each one to sort of temporarily hold them in place while I get them permanently glued down. Whoop, move that one. Let me turn this. I'm just putting a little dot. You can't really see what I'm doing, I know, but I'm just putting a little dot of glue. Okay, there we go. So now they won't shift too much on me when I'm trying to work with them. So I know this one goes here. And after I get them fussy cut, I may have to go back and add more glue, because doing this way does make things a little trickier. Okay, and I need to lift that up. But I think if you're a beginner who has not done this before, doing it this way might be easier for you. The main thing you want to make sure you get is this edge well glued down. But again, if it's not well glued down, it's okay, because you can come back later and add a little glue. And I have, and I don't see it, I probably put it away. I have a little small fine tip bottle that I usually use for these kind of things, but I didn't get it out. Okay. I'm just going along this edge and making sure this edge is well glued down. And then I can go back and get the rest of this one and that one. That is very close to the fold, but I think it's okay. If it's not, I'll have to trim a little bit of it. Okay. Now, technically, you could leave some of these loose and tuck under them, but I'm not going to get into that. This one here might be just a hair close to that fold. We'll see when we fold it. Okay, so now I'm going to take my scissors, and I'm sorry I can't really do this on camera too much, or at all, because I don't see very well, and so to fussy cut I really have to hold this about 1 inch away from my eyes. But I'm just going to cut right along each of these like that, okay? And you might want to let the glue dry before you do this, but I'm just going to go ahead. Okay, so there's that. I think it looks good. Looks good on the back. And now we need to ink, because we cut off all the ink on that edge. And we'll do the same on the back. Okay. So now we can go ahead. Let's fold this and see if I need to trim that one that I put pretty close to the fold. I think we're okay. It doesn't seem to be sticking out. Okay. So this, I need to make sure I'm right side up, is going here. So I'm just going to line up this corner. Oh, I didn't trim my corners on that. Hang on. All right, there we go. Okay, there we go. There, see? Not hard at all. If you're intimidated by that, just keep it straight. But I think you can do it. It's not hard. Okay, now we need to add that other magnet. And I need a scrap. We can just use that. Oops, it's further out than I thought it was. Actually, you know what? I need a bigger scrap because I need to be able to reach it from. There we go. These magnets are so strong. That's why I use a scrap, because otherwise I wouldn't be able to lift the two apart without pulling them off the page. Once they're matted, they're fine, but before they're matted, they come off. You know, they'll pull each other off. Go. Okay, there. Okay, I like that. That looks good. Okay, so that is all of the construction stuff done. So now we need to go through and mat as much of this as possible. So let me grab some mats and we'll keep going. We have got our two page signatures here, and we've got them completely assembled for the most part. And now we just need to add mats. So I've gone ahead and cut my mats. And the way I do that in terms of size is there's two ways you can go about it. You can measure the size, and then I like to cut my mat 1/8 inch smaller. So if it was 3 by 4, I would be cutting it 2 7/8 by 3 7/8. So just take 1/8 inch off each measurement. You can go, I would say, as high as 1/4 if you really want to. And I've done some elms that way, but I really prefer the 1/8. Now, the other method you can do, if you don't like measuring things, is, let me grab a pencil. You can take your mat. Hang on, let me get something that's contrasting. Okay, let's say this was my mat. And you can lay it down where it looks, just about how you want it. Then mark with a pencil and use that guide in your paper trimmer to cut. So that's a good way to do it too. All right, and then I use art glitter glue, and here it is. Hang on. This is art glitter glue. It doesn't have any glitter in it. I don't know why it's called art glitter glue, but that's what it is. And I just put it in these icing bottles. I find them easier to use. And the reason I'm giving you these details, because I think anybody who's watched my channel for a while is probably familiar with all these things, is I'm trying to gear this project a little bit for beginners. So, all right, so that's what we're going to do. And this is just a dry baby wipe, and I use the CVS brand ones. I don't have any problem with them. They don't leave any lint. And you probably do not need as much glue as I put on the back of my mats. I always feel like I use too much, but I'm paranoid. I don't want bubbles. Okay. And when you're doing something like this, where there's not a lot of contrast, you can put something like this in there to give you that contrast. You can see if you're lining things up well. And you will see as I get further in with these mats, I did use this burgundy cardstock, because I found this collection just didn't really have much in the way of a dark paper. It had this, and it had a polka dot in a similar vein, but it didn't really have anything too dark, and I like to include something dark. I think it makes things pop when you do that. And I probably put too much glue on that. Okay. The art glitter glue does grab on in a hurry, but you do usually have time to shift things a little bit if they haven't gone down quite as straight as you would like. Okay. That looks good. Oh, you know what I want to do? I like this little flexible ruler to get into pockets to make sure that A, everything is burnished down, and B, nothing is glued down. So far, all of the mats are from the 8x8. I'm trying to be conservative a little bit because I want to do a second project for us with this. You can leave the back of the tape here if you want, or you can take it off. I usually leave it, to be perfectly honest, just because I don't want it to grab onto my mat too quickly before I've had a chance to get my mat where I want it. Oh, I just want to move that out of the way. There we go. Be careful not to burnish right over that magnet, or you'll get an impression of the magnet, which you don't want. Okay. And I did ink all the edges of these mats using vintage photo here. And I think, yeah, that's the Distress Oxide Vintage Photo, but you can use whatever you like, or nothing. I do think that looks better with the edges inked, but if you don't want to, then don't. It is your project. I'm just double checking because this mat seems a little big to me. I'm going to take a hair off. It just, I don't know why, but it just seems just a hair big. I'm just going to take a little bit off of two of the sides, and that should do it. And go ahead and re-ink those. Okay. Yeah, that's better. And make sure I get it right side up, because that would make me crazy if I put a clock down upside down or twist it or something. Okay, I'm just going to leave that. here you can see I'm going to use the burgundy, and this one does seem to be the right size. Whoops, too much glue right there. If you do use these icing bottles, you really don't have to squeeze them much at all. And that was the mistake I just made. I squeezed it and a ton of glue came out, which is why I like them. I've got a little tiny one around here somewhere, and I believe I have them linked in my Amazon list below, but that I use for more detailed stuff. But for just putting down pretty big mats, the icing bottles work great. Ooh, did I put that down crooked? Did put it down crooked. Ooh, and now it's hanging off this edge. Shoot. Okay, I'm gonna have to trim that. Yikes. Okay, I'm gonna leave that and come back to it. And put that there. Go. And then here, I wanted to use this piece, but it wasn't big enough, so I'm double matting it. And also, if I use this, there just isn't much contrast. So by adding that, you can see it just really pops better. I hope you could see that. Okay, so I'm just going to put this here. Pick it up so I can make sure it's reasonably straight. I have, if you've watched some of my, not most recent videos, but fairly recent videos, I have a glass mat. It's underneath this black mat, and I love it. It's from Glassboard Studio, and the only reason I am not using it is the lights that I record with reflect off it, and I think it makes it hard for you guys to see. But when you're doing stuff like this and you get, glue seeps out or whatever, it doesn't matter because it wipes up and cleans up so nicely. Okay, go. And let's see. Yeah, go that way. And you don't need to put glue where it's going. Sorry, you probably couldn't see that. You don't need to put glue where it's going down in the pocket. Let me turn this. Okay, come on. Does not want to go in. There we go. And then we're going to do the same thing here. We're going to do a double mat because I really liked this bookmark, but of course it wasn't anywhere near big enough. So we're going to do that. Let's do this one first. be too much glue. Okay. You can just spread it with your finger if you've got too much. This is a water-based glue, so if you put too much, you can get some buckling. Although typically, I've only had that happen a couple of times, and when I have, eventually everything sort of dries out. I just put it under something flat while it's drying, and then it's usually fine. Better not to do it in the first place, but right there. I find if I'm missing glue anywhere, it's usually going to be on the corners. Okay, there we go. This drives me crazy. You take them out and they're just, it was just in there, so I know it fits. But it doesn't want to go back in. Okay, there we go. Turn it. You want to be careful with your mats if they have text on them. And there are some situations where I don't mind if a text is sideways or even upside down, but in most cases I'm going to want my text to be right side up. How are we doing for this? Okay. Oops. Hey, Holly. What's up? Did you just wake up? Where are you? So I'd like to keep an eye on her because she might be planning on jumping up here and landing in the glue. And she is. Hey, girl. And what'd you do with the lid? There it is. You didn't do anything with it. I did. Okay. All right. Give me a minute. She wants some attention, and then we'll continue. Okay. I am back. So that's done. And I don't have anything for here because this is where we're going to make a removable element of some kind. And I don't want to mat this until I've made that. So that is the whole first one. And this is the second one. Now for this, I don't think I picked anything. Yeah, I didn't pick anything for the middle. I'm going to use the burgundy on the back. And the reason I don't have anything for the middle is kind of as similar as the one we just looked at. I'm going to use something here to close this. And I'm going to have to do some sort of magnet situation as well to hold that item down. And I may need extra magnets because there's a lot of layers. Anyway, so these are the cut aparts from the, just a blank, from the 8x8. And one side has words. So we have Imagine, Flowers, Poems, and Book of Dreams. I think I'm going to use Book of Dreams And then I'm going to use the backs of the other 3. And before I put that down, yes, I just want to make sure it's right side up. There. I'm just going to grab that contrasting piece, make this a little easier. I have a hard time keeping this centered under my camera. I'm sorry. It's just, I know I say it every video multiple times, but I just can't see, so I put things close to me. That is meant to go that way, but I kind of want to put it that way, or that way. And I'm going to put it this way. Ooh, that's not very straight. Go, give it a nudge. I'm thinking I may just use the burgundy for this mat here as well, because this is a spot for a picture, so I can do that. But again, I need to figure out what's going on top, make it, and then figure out the magnet situation before we can do that. And then when I was inking, I realized I never picked out anything for here, but we'll get back to it. This is done already, except for this. So I'm going to use burgundy to line these 2 pockets. Realized I forgot to take my jewelry off. Sorry about that. I think it's fine. I usually try not to wear jewelry except for my watch, because it can make noises when you're recording if it clinks against things. Yikes, press that down. There we go, that's better. these are going to go here. Let me show you how to cut those. What I did is I took one of the 8x8s. Let's pretend this is an 8x8. And I just laid it down like that, and then marked about an 1/8 inch down from where the triangle starts, and an 1/8 inch over here, and then cut. That's how I did that. I've tried doing it by like figuring out the size square I need and then cutting the square or whatever, and that, I don't know, that just never seems to be as good as just marking it with a pencil and cutting it. And then we have this one. You want to try and line these up if you can. There we go. Okay. And this one we did except for this. I think, is that it? Yeah. And that I just showed. This is the same piece as this, but from the other 8x8. And I just thought it looked good carrying it across. So this was from one 8x8 pad. This was from the second. And they're the covers. So, go. Ooh. Is that too big? Did I cut another one too big? Do I have two of these that are too big? Or did I just put it down? I think I just put it down too far over, but I think it's okay. Hang on. Yeah, I think it'll be okay. Maybe. I don't want it to be in the way. Oh yeah, it's on the outside edge, so it'll be fine. But yeah, I put that down a little far over. Okay, there's that. So that is this one, except for here, because I don't know if I forgot or I just couldn't find anything I liked, but I didn't pick anything. So let me take a minute and pick out some stuff for right here, and I'll be right back. Okay, I am back. It's a little while later. So I went ahead and put these mats in. If you just saw me put a bunch of mats in, you didn't need to watch. So all of the patterns are still from the 8x8. Oops, we have sirens. And then I just used the burgundy. So there's that. And then I realized that I had forgotten that this opens this way as well. So I'm going to need mats for here. But I think I'll wait on these until I see how we're doing with paper, because these are photo spots essentially, so they could be burgundy. but I'm just going to wait and see on that. So the next thing we have to do is we have two places here and here that are going to need the removable element. This one to hold these squares down, and this one just to have the element. So I'm going to map this one with burgundy as well, but not yet because I have to put magnets down. And then I am going to make an envelope, and I use this envelope punch board to make my envelopes. If you don't want to do that, you could just make a tag or something like that. But I highly recommend getting one of these. I use this on nearly every single album I make, and I've had it for ages. It's not the cheapest thing in the world, but it's not super expensive either. So that's that. So let me tell you the one I'm making. So I am making, if you can see on here, this one here that's that you cut a 6 3/4 by 6 3/4 square and score it with the 3-inch mark. So that's what this is. And this, what I'm going to do is put 2 magnets here and then mat inside the envelope. And then we will, that's the bottom, close it up. And I'm going to cut that point off. And then I am going to put it down this way with this side up. And then this will be the back. Okay, so we need to do that and put the magnets here. And then on this one, I grabbed a piece of lightweight cardstock. You could use like a cereal box, something like that. And I cut it the same size as these, 4 by 4. And then we are going to center it on here after we make something on it. So let's set that one aside. Let's get this one done. So what I need to do is mark a center line on here, and it's going to be hidden because of this will get matted, but it should be 3 inches in, give or take. Now what I'm going to do, let's lay it flat. So I feel like I'm just shy actually of 6. I'm just going to center it. I have a centering ruler. I don't know why I don't get it out and use it for these things. Okay. And hopefully, I'll turn this. Hopefully it's lined up. I cannot see, so that's there. And then it doesn't really matter because it's going to get, like I said, it's going to be matted. Okay, let's see. How's that look? Looks pretty straight. Okay, so that's the center line there. And then I'm going to need the match. I always have a hard time doing this. I'm going to need matching centered here if I want this thing centered, and I do. So it is 3 5/8. Oh, good, a nice easy number to divide in half. Okay, so that's 1 1/2. I think that is 1 13/16. I believe is the half. That looks like half. Yeah, okay. And then 1 13/16 there. Okay. That's, I think I want to bring this one down a little bit. Okay. Maybe right there. Okay, so let me get magnets. And when you do something like this, even something relatively small, you do want to use 2 magnets, because if you only use 1 magnet, whoops, it will, if you've only got 1 magnet right there, it'll pivot on that magnet. If you have 2, it's less, it won't spin, or probably won't spin. some under there it wants to stick to. I don't know what. There. Okay. And I need tape. I'm thinking. Hang on. Okay. Hang on. I know what I want to do. I've had a thought. Just put those there. All right. I want this to end up centered on this page. Right. So I think I need more than a half an inch. 5/8. Double less than 5/8. 9/16. Oh, you know what? I'm just going to kind of eyeball it. So I want these magnets to be, if I go 2 inches, yeah, okay. So what I'm going to do is 2 inches from each edge is where I'm going to put these magnets. Like that. I'm going to have to try to center them. And they are just shy of 1/2 inch, these magnets. 7/16, I think. I think they make magnets that are like donuts, you know, with the hole in the middle. I should get some of those, just because then when I'm doing this I could see my mark. Okay, there's one. There's the other one. And it wants to be attracted to a magnet that's over there. Okay. I think I shifted it a little bit. Hang on. All right, I think that's the best I'm going to manage. And I didn't fully cover those just because I wanted to see if they were centered. Now I need a scrap. All right, and then oh, actually I don't need a scrap because I'm going to put this on the inside of this envelope. So I want this straight and I want it centered. And you know what would come in handy right now? But I don't feel like getting it. It's some washi tape. You might want to washi tape this down while you're doing this part. Well, it would have helped if I had gotten out the magnets first. Can you guys even see what I'm doing? I feel like I'm off screen. I was going to order magnets this week and I didn't. I need to do that. Okay. Okay, there's one. And there's the other one. Putting my magnets away. I'll cut that piece of tape big enough. Let's put another one. Okay, so now, let's see, how's that? think that looks pretty good. Okay. So now we need to line this envelope. And this is going to go there. So I need a mat 4 5/8 by 3.5. And let's see if I have a scrap that'll fit that. Oh, you know what? I have this. This is where I cut those. Oh, you know what? Is that a 12 by 12? Did I cut it? Maybe I did use a 12 by 12 sheet. Oh, it's like a 12 by 12. I think that's where I cut those triangles out. I guess I did. Because that does not look like an 8 by 8. Maybe it is. Oh, no, it is an 8 by 8. Okay. So that's where I cut those triangles. Okay. So it is an 8 by 8, but this scrap will work. I can't remember what I said. 3.5 by 4 5/8. Okay. I feel like I didn't measure that right, but I did. Okay, so we are going to put this in here. I think I maybe, I decide if I want to cut it a little narrower. I made this a little smaller than I would a regular mat, but I feel like I want to make it just a tiny bit narrow, just because I want to add less bulk. Okay. So I've solved my problem of having my camera battery run out while I'm recording. I got a plug-in adapter for my camera, so now it's just running off the house power. So that's good. So now the only time I should have it run out on me is if I'm not paying attention to the time. Okay. So that's there. I don't think this really matters, but this is the side that's going to be the opening, so why don't we put the more colorful side that way. Off. There. And then the other thing we have to do with this envelope, you don't have to do it, but I like to do it, is I like this point sticks up and I don't like that, so I just need to cut that off. And for that, I am just going to draw a line where I need to cut. Cut it. Okay. And let's ink this. I'm making this whole project fairly heavily. I just think it looks nice with the paper. there, that's going there, everything. Get that? Yep. Just checking to make sure I didn't miss anywhere. I didn't. Okay, so let's glue this. Just in case, try to not to use too much glue here. You don't want it to seep out and be a mess. Not that you ever want it to seep out and be a mess, but it just seems like it's more of an issue with these envelopes. There. There. Okay, so there's that. Oops, I got it wrong. Goes that way. Okay. And let's go ahead and put this down. And I'm just going to open this like that to make that easier. And once again, it seems wider than it should have been. I think it's just because it's rolled slightly now because of the bulk. Yeah, that's what it is. Okay. There's that, and then this goes like that. And then we're going to have some sort of closure for this envelope that will hold it closed. Most likely we'll use a magnet and then we'll add some embellishments here. But for now, it's done. Okay. Now, the other thing we have to do is this thing. And we are going to decorate this. And then we will use magnets on it. And the issue here is going to be getting it to stick through all these layers. So probably what we're going to end up doing is adding 3 magnets. One is probably going to be, well, we know one's going to be on the back of this thing. Probably, I might need 2, but I think 2 would be better, but I don't have too many magnets, so I'll have to play with it and see what I've got. And then another one maybe on the back of this or that. We'll play with it and see. But let me gather some stuff and then we will do this. I'll be right back. Okay, so I have things set up to do this card. And I've already added magnets. I'm going to show you how I did it though. So I have this lightweight card, which I think I already showed you, that I cut 4x4 so that it matched these sizes. And I matted the front with this polka dot and I'm going to mat the back with the same. What I did is I laid it down like this. So it should have about 1 inch all the way around. It should have 1 inch, but I didn't measure it. I just eyeballed it. And then I figured I could put, wait, let me lift these up so you can see. Okay. So that's there. So I figured if I put a magnet about here on the back, of course, but right about here, it would fit on the back of this. So that's what I did. So it's about 1 inch up and 1 inch over. And then I did the same on the opposite. Okay. And I put the matching magnet here. Okay. So, you know, I had it here, and or if you put it upside down, it doesn't go. But anyway, put it there, added that one. Then once I had that one, you have to put it the right way or it doesn't fit. Where is it? There it is. Okay. Of course, the last one. So once I had that one, then it was easier to do this one. And that's how I got the magnets down. And then I matted the front and now I'm going to mat the back. And then we'll decorate. But you know what I need to do too is make sure that I know where the top is on this thing before I decorate it. So we will redo that because I didn't make note. Okay, now let me get a note for myself as to where's top and bottom on this thing. Okay, so that's the top, right? Yeah. And how do I want to mark that? I know. Do I want to use, I don't really want to use a pencil because I don't know exactly what I'm going to put where. Hang on. I'm looking to see if I have a paper clip, but I do not. Oh. Okay, so what I am going to do is I'm just going to make a mark here on the back. Okay, it'll be covered later by ink. Okay, so that's the top. And what I have here, this is the cut apart page where I've cut apart all the flowers. And then this is the page that had the little signs and tags on it, you know, the sayings. So that's that. And then these are all from the 8x8. And then these are the little cards and things, which I have cut apart. Now, these have little frames on the back. So I'm going to use one of those. I'm using this one, I think. I don't think it really matters, but I'm going to use that one. And then if you know which picture you want on this, then you could just go ahead and use your picture or print your picture to fit in this frame and put it in. But I am just going to use this as a placeholder, and eventually somebody could put a picture in it if they want. So that's my start. And I think I'm going to put it about there. So now I just need to sort of play with it and figure out what I want to do. Oh, I also have my die cuts. So let's get those out. Now, if you recall, hang on, let me get these out because they're noisy. I'll just leave that giant one in there because I know for sure I'm not going to use it on this little thing. Okay. So let me do that. I'm going to sort these. Give me a sec. Okay, back. So what I did with those is just sorted out the larger flowers, the sayings, and medium flowers, small flowers, and butterflies. Okay. And this little guy here, which he's too big for this though, so I'm just going to set that aside. Okay. Now, this is going on a page where there's going to be space. As we mentioned before, there's not space between some of these pages, so we have to be careful about dimension. Now, this page does have space in front of it, so we will be able to make this have some dimension. But first, let's figure out a layout, and then we'll decide on the dimension. So this is our base, and I think we could put something flat behind it. Maybe. Something, yes, but not that. Let's try this one. Maybe something like that. Or, okay, if we put that underneath it, I could put that on top. So I'm just sort of playing with this. And if you're going to put anything on top of this frame, you want to kind of bear in mind what are you going to need for the photo. Oh, that's kind of pretty. Okay. Kind of liking that. And then maybe some of these little guys. That's a possibility. How big are these butterflies? Most of them are too big for this. Oops, that's a flower. But that's pretty. I kind of like that. And then do we want something that says something? I think it would have to be smallish. See, I try to, when I'm doing mine, because I don't usually keep my albums, try to find something that's not too obvious. Like I don't want to put soulmate because, you know, maybe it's a book for your friend or something like that. Imagine. Okay, I kind of like that. What do you guys think? All right, I think I'm going to go with that. We are going to add dimension though. So let me grab, if I don't already have one, a scrap of chipboard. Hang on. Okay. Now, once you get a layout you like, take a picture of it so you can get back to it later. Okay. So the first thing I need to do is put this guy down. And this one is not having any dimension. It will be flat. Now remember, this is actually going to come off the page, so you don't want anything hanging off unless you mat the back, because it'll show. But if you want something hanging off the back, just glue this to a piece of cardstock and then re-fussy cut it. Or glue the whole flower page to cardstock before you cut it, and then do the fussy cut, and then you'll have a finished back. Or if the Stamperia collection you want to use comes with the collectibles, get those because they're reversible. I love them. Okay, so I'm just putting that as close to the edge as I can. Okay, now, before we put this down, we want some cardstock. I mean, some chipboard on the back. Can you see? Yeah, okay. So I'm just putting this down and marking about where I want it. Now, when you put chipboard on the backs of things like this for dimension, you don't want it the exact same size. You want it a little smaller so you get that shadow line, and also so you can tuck things in there if you want to. Okay, that's good. Did I ink this already? Yeah. that is going to go about there. I have some actual flowers also to use with this, but I don't think I want to use them on here. Okay, there we go. And so I want that there, right? Give or take. How did I have it? Oh, hang on, I'm checking my picture, although I like the way I just put it down, so. Yeah, that's actually how I had it. Okay. So what I need to do for this is put chipboard on the back, and then anywhere where it's not on this card, I need to put a second layer. Because this card's already lifting it, so I need extra support underneath. And then we'll go from there. We're probably going to add some of these other flowers too, maybe. Okay, so I need chipboard here. No, I've got a small piece here. Let's use that. Oops. Put there. What's the matter, Holly? Okay. Let's put that there. Oops. This is going to be a problem. Okay. Let's see. Hi. Tummy rub? Okay. So I need extra on this side here. Can you see? Okay, yeah. Hopefully. Okay. So I need extra here. Don't look at the light. You'll hurt your eyes. Oh my God. Don't do that. Don't do that. Okay. Okay. Let's see. That's working. And then I've got this one little leaf up here. I'm so sorry. Hang on. That I need to put, even though it's so tiny, but it needs support. No, no, no. Don't chew that. Oh, gosh. I don't know if any of you have a cat who's a chewer, but she is a chewer. Everything, she's like a toddler. Everything she sees goes in her mouth. Oh, don't. That's ink. If you step in that, that would be really bad. That would be really bad. Don't step in it. What are you doing? Okay. Now I have to cut teeny pieces to go on that leaf. My I need my tweezers for this. And I know it's a pain to support something this little as this leaf, but it's also the thing that's most likely to get damaged if you don't. So I'm not even going to tell you don't do it if you don't want to. You really have to. Okay, there we go. Let's see how that is. Yeah, that's going to work. Now, additionally, what I'm going to do is not put glue on the part of this that's on this card. Okay, and you may ask, well, why did you bother supporting it then? And that's because even if it's not being glued down, if you don't put something there, it could get smushed, which obviously you do not want. Right. And the reason I'm doing it this way is so that you can get a picture under there. Okay. Looking good. Okay. Oops. And then we have this, which is going to need, I'm trying to think, so if I put this here, which I want to, if I do, that is going to limit the photo. There's pretty much no way to put this, well, yeah, maybe I could. I'm trying to think of a way to put this down without blocking where you would put a photo. Maybe I should put it up here instead. Yeah, I think that may be the way to go. Okay, my memory card filled up. I don't think you missed anything though. So we're at this point. This is down flat. This has got the chipboard behind, and then this has chipboard behind. And now I am putting chipboard behind this little Imagine tag, but I need to ink it first. Okay. Just marking to give myself an idea. Okay. So what I think I'm going to need to do is just put some chipboard on the top edge. Okay, so that's the top. I think one extra piece will do. I put that too far up. Yeah, okay. So I've got just that extra piece there. And I'm only putting glue on that piece because I don't want to glue this to this frame. Make sure that's straight. That looks pretty good. There. Now, I feel like I could maybe use some ribbon or something. And we still have this blue butterfly, which I was originally going to put there, but I swapped it out and put that there. I could put it down here, but I don't feel like I need it, so I'm not going to use that. We'll use that elsewhere. Let me see, what have I got? got some gold sparkly ribbon, which goes nice with that. Let's use that. I think I want that just a hair shorter. Just grabbing my little tweezers here. If you don't want to use sparkle, just a little, I think a green ribbon would be pretty on this, a light green. Made a mess of that. Okay. Try that again. Get in there. There we go. It's hard because I don't want to press down on the flowers. Okay, there we go. Add a little sparkle there. And then a little bit up top. Just a little, maybe even just this piece here. Yeah, no. I'm trying to decide if I want to put the glue on the ribbon or on the card. Oops, I keep pulling this one out. I'm not having a lot of luck with this one. Fabri-Tac might have been a better choice for this ribbon, but I've used the art glitter glue with it before and it's fine. Okay. There we go. I'm thinking I might want one down there. Okay. Oh, I didn't cut that well at all. I am just not having a good time of cutting this. And I don't want it to hang, although this, it doesn't matter if it hangs off. It's fine if you see the back of the ribbon. Okay, that's good. Okay, and then one more right there. I don't like to have even numbers, and right now I've got 4, so one more will give me 5. I know this is too big. Yeah. Yeah, that's good. Come on, get in there. Oh, I still got that way too long. There we go. Okay. like that. Yeah, I like that a lot. Okay, so now we finished with the basics anyway. And we still want to decorate this and make a closure and whatnot, but that we can do that in the book. So now we need a cover. And I have no idea at what point I am in this video and how long it is. So I may stop here and we'll go ahead and make the cover in the next video. But if I check and this video's not that long, then I'll make it in this video. So if this is the end of this video, thank you so much for watching. Please like, share, and subscribe. Don't forget to visit Scrap and Create to get your supplies. I'll have them listed down below. And I will see you next time.